So I'm just doing my once in a while checkup on some of my plants, and yeah, right now my cephs really need water. You can see all these lids are closed and drooping down. Some of these lids are getting real low. And I saw something interesting. So normally when I check the pots, I pick up random pot and I take a look at the bottom because I have a tiny layer of sphagnum on the bottom just to prevent the soil from falling out. And if that sphagnum down there gets kind of dry when I poke through the little holes on the bottom of the pot when I check, if that gets dry, that means they need some watering. But I saw something interesting when I was checking. So this pot of Eden Black, let me lift it. Yeah, this is real light because it needs some watering. It's all bone dry. But on the bottom of the pot, let me try to get it in a better light here. So on the bottom of the pot, if you look at the tips of the roots, there's little plantlets. So let me see if I could get the focus right. But yeah, there's two little plantlets right there at the tips. So this is surprising to me because normally you only get divisions of cephs from either runners. So the runners are kind of like white looking and they look like kind of like a little sprout kind of just coming off the root, the rhizome. Either runners or directly from the rhizome. Normally you don't get anything from the roots. Right? I never heard of root divisions ever working, but there was two, and I think on this side there's two more. You could see one little one coming off that root there, and I think in that hole is another one. So there's 4 little plants in there. So that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them because I wasn't ready to get any divisions here, but maybe I'll chop the largest one off and see if it survives. And if it survives, I'll divide the other ones up too. But yeah, so recently I've just been keeping it up on this little other pot here, just to get it a bit closer to the lights. It's been like a week. I don't know if it's darkened up any more than before. Maybe it is a bit darker than the last time we saw it. But yeah, right now my plants need a bit of watering. I checked all the other pots to see if any of the other ones were exhibiting the same behavior. And surprisingly, a lot of these pots, like even the really tall ones, the roots go all the way down to the bottom. Like they're coming out from the bottom of the pot. So even these very, very tall ones, they're coming out from the bottom. So, you know, cephs have some pretty long roots. And definitely in all these little pots, they're also coming out from the bottom. But I don't see any little plantlets, only in this pot. And I'm wondering if it's because I lifted it up and then there's light now leaking, like bouncing off the floor and hitting the roots on the bottom. So it might be something interesting to investigate. Maybe I need to make some sort of like LED pad where we set the pot on and see if that triggers some like response in the roots that causes them to sprout. But interesting development. And that's all I wanted to share for now.